Okie dokie. The last thing I want to do is to explore the methods available within the big decimal class. So in here, if we have an object, so this right here, so result is an object, number 2 is an object, so on and so forth. So let's just get rid of this, and you can grab this as always. So here, let's just have a new big decimal. So big decimal, and I'm going to call this as number. And here I can have a big decimal as follows. So I can say big decimal, and you can see that I do have some constants. So here, let's say that we have 10, for example. So all this is, so here, this is a public static final big decimal. Let's have a look at 0 through 10. This is an array, and you can see that it's just basically a bunch of big decimals from 0 all the way to 10. So here we actually want the number 10. So if I sout and then say number in here, let's just run, you'll see that we have 10. Now, if I want to add, I could just say, so here I'm going to just sout number dot and then add and then another big decimal. So here let's just add another 10. So here I'm going to say big decimal, and in fact let's just add 1. So if I run this, you can see that now we have 11. If I collapse this, let's also explore. So here, if I say number dot, have a look, I can say the max value. So here, if I pass a big decimal, so let's just say 0, for example. Now it's going to tell me which one is bigger. So either 10 or 0. And you know that 10 is the max number in here. So you can see the API is quite flexible. Also, so here number dot, and here we can have the absolute number in here. So if you have negatives, you can just always have the absolute. You can compare to. So here, this is an interesting one. So here, if I want to compare number with, let's say, big decimal here. So I just want to show you what this is. So number compared to, this will give you either -1, 0, or 1. If I run this, I get 1 because number, which is currently 10, is bigger than 0. If it's less, so here, let's just say new big decimal, and let's just pass in here 11. So this will give me -1. Have a look. So 10 is less than 11, therefore the result of this is -1. If they're the same, so here, let's just say big decimal and then 10. Run this, you can see that this now is 0. If they're the same, it's 0. If it's bigger, it's 1. If it's less, it's -1. And the API is actually straightforward to use. So depending on the operation that you want to perform on your number, really, so this big decimal is just a number that allows you to have full control on the precision. But if I say sout, for example, and then number dot, and you can explore all of these methods. You can divide, you can get the float number, you can get the min, as you saw, the same with max. You can multiply, you can negate a number if you want. You can say plus, I think this increments by 1, power in here, the remainder, you can round, scale, and you can see that there's a couple of the methods in here, including to string. So if you want to convert a big decimal to a string, this is how you do it. So I'll let you explore the available methods within this class in here. And as always, if you navigate to it and then go to structure, and you can see all the public methods as well as the private. And you can read the documentation on the official Java page, which I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video. If you have any questions on working with big decimals, please give me a shout. But this is a class that you should be aware of when dealing with money. This is all for this section. Catch me on the next one.